Welcome to Cyber Briefing, your daily source for all things cybersecurity. We bring you the latest advisories, alerts, incidents, and news every weekday. State-sponsored cyber espionage and active software exploits continue to disrupt critical communications and remote infrastructure. The China-based Jewelbug Group is driving large-scale espionage alongside cryptocurrency fraud using compromised webmail systems and stolen browser credentials, while Microsoft SharePoint installations are experiencing widespread targeted attacks following public proof-of-concept exploits for an authentication bypass vulnerability. Meanwhile, data exposure remains a pressing operational hazard, as demonstrated by a massive incident at RingCentral that compromised the personal information of 1.6 million users. Concurrently, artificial intelligence is reshaping security strategies, risk management, and consumer privacy policies. The deployment of advanced AI tools capable of discovering software vulnerabilities at scale is driving a massive surge in hardware upgrades as enterprises scramble to retire legacy networking devices. In response to these expanding attack surfaces, continuous penetration testing services are gaining traction to identify live security gaps, while major digital platforms like Twitch are automatically enrolling user content into AI training models unless creators manually opt out. Threat landscape. Jewelbug APT, China-based group runs espionage and crypto scam. Symantec researchers have exposed Jewelbug, a China-based hacking group running simultaneous espionage campaigns against governments in the Middle East and Asia while operating a cryptocurrency fraud business through the same infrastructure. The group's XG Web Control Panel managed over 1 million implant check-ins and 580,000 stolen browser cookies in under 3 months, using malicious browser extensions, Windows backdoors, and Linux implants to compromise government webmail systems and internal networks. Organizations should audit browser extensions, monitor for suspicious Microsoft Graph API traffic used by the Antino backdoor, review internal proxy configurations for unauthorized use, and implement network segmentation to limit lateral movement from compromised endpoints. SharePoint CVE 2026-55040 under active exploit. Attackers are actively exploiting CVE 2026-55040, a critical authentication bypass vulnerability in Microsoft SharePoint Server Subscription Edition that allows unauthenticated attackers to impersonate any user, including administrators. Microsoft patched the flaw in July 2026, but exploitation surged after Rapid7 published a proof of concept on August 12th, with at least 12 attacks recorded from multiple countries. Organizations that have not applied the July 2026 Patch Tuesday update remain directly exposed to this attack.
Incidents and real-world impact. RingCentral breach. 1.6 million accounts exposed. In July 2026, the cybercrime group Shiny Hunters targeted RingCentral with an extortion campaign and subsequently leaked data from approximately 1.6 million accounts. The exposed information includes email addresses, names, physical addresses, and phone numbers of RingCentral customers. RingCentral has confirmed the breach affected a limited portion of its customer base and is directly notifying impacted users. Executive risk and cybernomics. Cisco sees network refresh surge from AI vulnerability discovery. Cisco CEO Chuck Robbins reports that Anthropic's Mythos AI model, which discovers software vulnerabilities at unprecedented scale, is driving customers to urgently replace unsupported network equipment before patches stop flowing forward. The company calls this the Mythos effect and says it has meaningfully increased their sales pipeline as organizations fear that AI-powered vulnerability discovery will make end-of-life devices too risky to operate. Cisco reported $63.3 billion in annual revenue, up 12%, with the CEO predicting a network spending supercycle driven by Mythos-related refreshes, quantum computing preparation, and AI infrastructure demands. Policy, regulation, and legal signals. Twitch AI training opt-out enabled by default. Twitch has introduced a setting allowing streamers to opt out of having their content used to train Amazon's generative AI models. But the feature is enabled by default, meaning content is automatically included unless users manually disable it.
The setting covers live streams, videos, clips, chat messages, and other channel content that may be used across Amazon's AI products. Twitch's chief product officer admitted the opt-on approach was chosen because an opt-in system would result in minimal participation, and the company confirmed Amazon has already been using Twitch data for AI training before this control was introduced. Career enablement. CBTS launches continuous penetration testing service. CBTS has introduced Penetration Testing as a Service, or PTAS, a continuous security testing platform that combines automated penetration testing with human expertise to help organizations identify and prioritize exploitable vulnerabilities in real time. The service addresses the challenge of rapidly expanding attack surfaces from cloud environments, SaaS applications, and AI systems that outpace traditional periodic testing cycles. Organizations can now validate attack paths and remediate risks continuously as their infrastructure evolves, responding to the shift where vulnerability exploitation has become attackers' primary entry method. For more headlines, visit cybermaterial.com.